Imagine this: a nation born from a simple piece of paper. A country that didn't exist 250 years ago, but today touches almost every corner of the world. In 2026, America celebrates its 250th birthday. That's right, 250 years since 13 small colonies decided to break free and create something completely new. But how did it all begin? What does this anniversary really mean? And why should we care about it today? Stay with me, and let's explore this incredible story together. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're talking about something truly special: the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. An anniversary is a date that marks an important event from the past. In this case, it marks the birth of a nation. On July 4th, 1776, a group of brave people signed a document called the Declaration of Independence. Independence means freedom, freedom from being controlled by someone else. Before that day, America was not a country. It was a collection of colonies controlled by Great Britain, a powerful country far across the ocean. But the people living in those colonies wanted to make their own decisions. They wanted to choose their own leaders. They wanted freedom, and so they fought for it. They risked everything, and they won. Now, 250 years later, America has become one of the most powerful and influential nations in the world. Influential means it affects many other countries and cultures. So, today, let's travel back in time. Let's understand where it all started, what challenges America faced, and what this big anniversary means for the future. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let's go back to the 1770s. Picture this: America is not yet America. It's just 13 colonies, small settlements along the east coast of North America. These colonies belong to Great Britain. The British king, King George III, makes the rules. He collects taxes. A tax is money people must pay to the government. And the colonists, the people living in America, have no say in these decisions. Now imagine you work hard every day. You build your home. You grow your food. But someone far away, someone you've never met, tells you what to do and takes your money. You can't vote. You can't complain. How would you feel? Frustrated, right? Angry, even. That's exactly how the colonists felt. They said, "No taxation without representation." Representation means having someone speak for you in government. The colonists had no representation in the British Parliament. Parliament is like a government meeting where laws are made. So they were paying taxes but had no voice. It wasn't fair. Tensions grew. In 1773, a group of colonists protested by throwing British tea into the ocean. This event is called the Boston Tea Party. It was a bold move, a way of saying, "We will not obey unfair rules." Britain responded with force. They sent soldiers. They made stricter laws. But instead of silencing the colonists, this made them angrier. And so, the idea of independence began to grow. Independence means standing on your own, free from control. In 1775, the first battles of the Revolutionary War began. Revolutionary means completely changing something. This war was about changing everything, from being controlled to being free. Then, on July 4th, 1776, something incredible happened. Leaders from the 13 colonies gathered in Philadelphia. They signed the Declaration of Independence. This document, written mostly by a man named Thomas Jefferson, announced to the world, "We are free. We are no longer part of Britain. We are the United States of America." It was a powerful statement, but it was also dangerous. Britain did not accept this. The war continued for several more years. Many people died. Families were torn apart. But in 1783, America finally won. The colonies were now a country, a new nation built on the idea that all people deserve freedom and the right to choose their leaders. And that's where the story begins. Winning independence was only the first step. Now came the hard part. Building a country. Think about it. 13 colonies, each with different laws, different cultures, different economies. An economy is the system of money, jobs, and trade in a place. How do you unite them? The leaders knew they needed a plan. So in 1787, they wrote the Constitution. The Constitution is a set of rules that explains how the government works. It's like the instruction manual for running a country. It defines who has power, how laws are made, and what rights people have. The Constitution also created something called a democracy. Democracy means the people have the power. They vote. They choose their leaders. This was a new idea at the time. Most countries were ruled by kings or queens, but America said, "The people will decide." Of course, it wasn't perfect. At first, only white men who owned land could vote. Women couldn't vote. Black people, many of whom were enslaved, couldn't vote. Enslaved means forced to work without freedom or pay, a terrible and painful part of history. It took many years, many struggles, and many brave people to expand rights to everyone. As the country grew, so did its size. In 1803, America bought a huge piece of land from France. This was called the Louisiana Purchase. Suddenly, the country doubled in size. More land meant more opportunity, but it also meant more conflict, especially with Native American tribes who had lived on that land for thousands of years. By the mid-1800s, America was divided. The northern states wanted to end slavery. The southern states wanted to keep it. This disagreement led to the Civil War, which lasted from 1861 to 1865. A civil war is a war within one country. Americans fighting Americans. It was the deadliest war in American history. But in the end, the North won. Slavery was abolished. Abolished means officially ended. In 1865, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution made slavery illegal. It was a huge step forward, though the fight for true equality would continue for many more decades. Through all of this, war, growth, conflict, America kept moving forward. It wasn't easy. There were mistakes. There was pain. But the nation survived, and slowly it began to build the identity we recognize today. Now let's move forward to the 1900s. By this time, America was no longer a small new country. It was growing stronger, richer, and more influential. In 1917, America entered World War I. This was a massive war in Europe. Millions of people died. America's involvement helped end the war. Then, just over 20 years later, World War II began. This was an even bigger and more terrible war. Again, America played a key role in defeating dangerous forces and protecting freedom around the world. After World War II, America became a superpower. A superpower is a country with great military, economic, and political strength. It influences the entire world. Along with this power came responsibility, and also conflict. During the Cold War, from the late 1940s to 1991, America and the Soviet Union, another superpower, competed for influence. They never fought each other directly, but they supported different sides in wars around the globe. It was a tense time, full of fear and uncertainty. At the same time, inside America, people were fighting for their rights. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s was led by brave people, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They demanded equality for Black Americans. They marched. They protested. They gave speeches. And slowly, laws began to change. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act made discrimination illegal. Discrimination means treating people unfairly because of their race, gender, or other characteristics. Women also fought for equality. In the 1970s, the women's rights movement pushed for equal pay, equal opportunities, and respect. Progress was slow, but it was real. Technology also exploded during this time. America led the way in innovation. Innovation means creating new ideas and inventions. In 1969, American astronauts landed on the moon, a moment that inspired the entire world. Computers, the internet, smartphones, many of these technologies were developed or perfected in America. But the country also faced tragedy. In 2001, terrorist attacks on September 11th shocked the nation and the world. Thousands of people died. It was a moment of deep pain, but it also brought people together. Americans supported each other. They showed resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover and stay strong after something terrible happens. In recent years, America has continued to change. It has faced economic challenges, political division, social movements, and global crises like the COVID-19 pandemic. But through it all, the country has kept moving forward, learning, adapting, and striving to live up to its founding ideals. And now, in 2026, America reaches a major milestone: 250 years of independence. So, what does this anniversary really mean? Is it just about fireworks, parades, and celebrations? Well, yes, there will definitely be fireworks. But it's about much more than that. The 250th anniversary is a moment to reflect. Reflect means to think carefully about something. It's a time to look back at where America has been, the victories, the mistakes, the progress, and the struggles. It's also a time to think about where the country is going. America was built on big ideas: freedom, equality, democracy, opportunity. These are beautiful ideas, but throughout history, America hasn't always lived up to them. There were times when freedom was only for some people, times when equality was denied, times when democracy was threatened. The 250th anniversary is a reminder to keep working toward those ideals. Ideals are perfect standards or goals we try to reach. No country is perfect, but the goal is to keep improving, to learn from the past, and build a better future. This anniversary is also about unity. Unity means coming together as one. In recent years, America has felt divided. People disagree on many important issues: politics, rights, the role of government. But the 250th anniversary is a chance to remember what connects everyone: a shared history, shared values, and a shared hope for the future. All across the country, there will be events, museums, concerts, exhibitions, educational programs. An exhibition is a public display of art, history, or culture. These events will teach people about America's story and inspire them to be part of writing the next chapter. And here's something important. This anniversary isn't just for Americans. The story of America has touched the world. People everywhere have been influenced by American culture, ideas, technology, and politics. So this milestone matters globally, too. So, my friends, here we are, 250 years, from 13 colonies to 50 states, from a bold declaration on a piece of paper to a nation that has shaped history in so many ways. The journey hasn't been easy. There have been wars, struggles, and deep injustices. Injustice means unfairness or wrong treatment. But there has also been courage, hope, and progress. People have fought for freedom. They've dreamed big. They've worked hard. And they've never stopped believing that tomorrow can be better than today. As we celebrate this anniversary, let's remember the lessons of history. Let's honor the people who built this nation, the leaders, the workers, the activists, the dreamers, and let's think about our own role in the future. Because history isn't just something that happened in the past. History is being made, right now, by all of us. Whether you're American or not, this story teaches us something universal. That freedom is precious, that equality is worth fighting for, and that change is always possible. So, let's celebrate. Let's learn, and let's keep moving forward, together. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed learning about America's 250th anniversary. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new video. I'd also love to hear from you. What part of American history interests you the most? Or what does freedom mean to you? Leave a comment below. I read every single one. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring the world. See you soon.